100% foot on attack, Karmine Corp on defense as we enter this A-site crunch. It does seem that foot will be highly contested in this one as KC slowly but surely move in their direction, but foot not budging, holding that cross line. It might be KC's inevitable demise unless cNed is able to do anything with that raise on that close proximity. marteen so quick to it.
Team having to work with the shorty into the retake, that's tough looks.
Indeed, and they're pushing into this A-site, one defending it. It's AtaKaptan alone. The stun is good, but avoided, subsided, and it does buy time for his teammates to arrive. Maybe the crossfire to be contested. That's where yetujey comes into play. AtaKaptan has a short life in that endeavor, and it's MrFaliN, the captain of foot, to fend off.
Really good for those retakes.
But Karmine Corp are very loud about this, so foot, even though they don't use the cam, they're very well knowledgeable of this push. Maybe in the post-plant that camera could be really important, but for now, Karmine Corp take full access over the site, spike to the back of it. A little bit of an off angle here. Of course, you're going to have a lot of C-long control for that post-plant to work out in your favor. Now, they'll probably want some picks early on, but it's foot with first blood. There might be one person in trouble here, Shin, hiding up on an upper angle. But so far, with narrate able to bring it back to even standing, it's a really fickle affair. MrFaliN, really important kill as marteen trying to close up the gap. And now the rest of his team can start moving in. narrate, back of sight. He's got a brother in arms that is yet to be brought into the fray. Shin with a double. Seems that it's Baron. Foot have left it open. Happy for the retake, but it's going to be a feisty one with 5 players on each side looking to fight it off.
I mean, free site for the taking, right? Foot, they're very good with their retake protocols. Look
how close Magnum is to this fight here. Aftershock will be doing some damage onto the spike, but MrFaliN's been able to escape here. And the fact that Magnum was in the middle of this fight is able to do so much damage. 2 kills to the man. And now there's 2 left for foot. They're trailing behind and they need to pick and they need it fast, but Magnum is being sneaky. But of course, qRaxs will drop back from it as it's all cleared out by Paranoias. And again, we're looking after time and time again, foot happy to go for these retakes. They did make it work when they had weapons.
Ouch.
But with sheriffs, it's a different idea.
Spike planted.
I mean, it's just about doing as much damage as possible, right? The economy situation on Karmine Corp not that comfortable yet.
Such a good paranoia. Nice. And it's just going to stop them all in their tracks. They might be moving in one by one, but narrate is good for it!
Great combination potential there with the Nightfall on any sort of execution or even into a post plant to try and delay that retake.
It's way too early. And it's going to be costly. No, maybe I saw it for Shins. Perhaps, but still, KC take over the site. Showstopper not finding a kill, but they do clear it out.
There's still that camera, though, that Karmine Corp do not know about yet.
Which is the interesting part. Thrasher going in for a journey. They know where Shin is, so he's got to hide. Aftershock denying him sight control. marteen is there to help! Why the hell not? And foot call it off, vacate it. No way you go in for a 3v5, especially when they know exactly where everyone's coming from.
That was the post plan I was talking about. The Nightfall just doing so well to completely stall that retake.
Looks like they're going in for another crunch, and it might be...
You've got to start feeling comfortable
This time, I think it's actually sort of working for them. 3 players to the defense is not too bad, but seeing it call out into the open will only be met with a lead to the chest. yetujey onto the side. The prodigy of the team won't be able to live enough to take anyone down with them. But there's still qRaxs here with a Vandal. And so does MrFaliN. And qRaxs is doing crack things, and AtaKaptan joining in. They've turned the whole tide of this round in their favor.
Opportunity, though, from the shadows available here for Shin. He could just take the ultimate over towards that A site, but also misses out on the information. Would rather play with what he has now.
It's a 1v2 for Shin to do by himself. 2 different angles from the foot players. And the stun not quite finding him. Paranoia evades as well, but he does whip the timing game, isn't it? Oh, barely avoids the bullets of yetujey and backs out of it. Thinks another way of it as marteen pushes as well from a different angle.
I mean, found cNed, the trade was there.
And KC are in the opponent's spawn, and AtaKaptan is on the flank of the flank, and it's incredible, bringing foot right back on top, but they don't know Shin is here, and he's turned it all around back into Karmine Corp's favor. yetujey thinking otherwise of it, and KC definitely need to put the spike on this B site.
I mean, there's 40 seconds left to play with here. Plenty of time for KC. They reveal further positioning by breaking that trip. Foot, they all stick together as 3.
They can't afford to get angsty here. Bot will reveal at
30
least some
seconds
presence
left.
here.
Narrate's low.
Little do they know it's 3 players shot 25 seconds, reconsidering the plant dizzy over the top.
For the pivot for Foot, they could quickly be on the heels of this A plant.
Magnum is left behind. He's going to have to do heroics here.
Planted.
Maybe wait for them to push onto site and have a flank in the making, but this is a difficult angle. You're exposing yourself to stairs, and you've got to check out whether qRaxs is being pushed in that position.
He's got nowhere to go.
He's stuck in place, and he's got to do the magic from this position only.
No, they don't know.
Insane. So MAGNUM can only focus now towards theirs, unless n4RRATE spots players from sight.
They have no idea.
The spike isn't planted in the best position for Karmine Corp right now, which alludes to the idea that they're hiding out in pit. They interrupt the plant, but it's diffused halfway. MAGNUM with one, but Mr. falling out! On an upper angle to deliver the fire on the cross. But no.
You should run.
Look at this push. Locked down, and they might even want to take more space than just the A site. Two players might be locked in place, though. Oh, this is really tough here for AtaKaptan. He might be able to get out, and Mr. Fallen has got from the shadows to find himself in a flanking angle.
cNed finds one through the smoke.
That puts him in charge, so n4RRATE, eager to get his team back into equilibrium, unable to do so. It's still 3v4, Karmine Corp. All they have to do is hold the spike plant. But look at MAGNUM, he's so troubled. He hears Mr. Fallen behind him, so he opens up some cover for himself.
He's
but that opens as well to move into the site. No longer covering it, he needs reinforcements. He's struggling to hold the C site. The mosh pit is going to delay, but not going to stop marteen anytime soon. Nightfall dropping does reveal a couple of players' positions, but there's way more than just two players hiding out. thrasher interrupting marteen on the crunch. cNed throws himself as showstopper towards his opponents, and that just allows FUT to exacerbate their lead. They are 5 versus 3 and KC in trouble.
The death ball isn't working anymore here for Karmine Corp. They need information elsewhere on the map to help with any pivots necessary. FUT feels so comfortable to stack each site to make quick rotations because of it. And they still continuously, no matter what, will have Mr. Fallen anchoring on the other side of the map.
Already seeing how valuable Raze is against Karmine Corp's play. And this B site take seems to be imminent. Just waiting for the spike to make its way here. Oh, MAGNUM, he made noise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, AtaKaptan hears that right there.
At least that he's on the corner, but he's moving up now. AtaKaptan, who wins this fight?
30 seconds left.
Slightly elevated, then he would have drops back. Okay. Karmine Corp need a pick. It's absolutely crucial, absolutely vital. And without it, the chances just get minimized. Tomaszy, wait a minute, but fully blind, not much can be done unless you can clutch this all by yourself. 2 kills in the bag, 3 more for the ace and the clutch. B site. This time only one defending it, but plenty of utility that will figure out all of these positions quite quickly. marteen, ooh, double blast pack, and he's right into yetujey's face, but yetujey isn't losing that. He's the protege, if you will. Rolling Thunder straight out of the bat, that's aggressive, and don't want to let them get any site control. No spike plant for them.
My God.
And straight after the timeout, FUT look to collapse on Karmine Corp. MAGNUM flashed, concussed, nothing he can do.
I mean, FUT more than happy to always leave this C side open. MAGNUM's been sought out here. But it's going to be maybe a pivot with B site all taken. No.
It's all a rouge, isn't it? They just want to push even further into the spawn and try to grab any of these picks, and they are capable of doing so. 2 already down, and that's the advantage Karmine need to keep it going. marteen going all the way around, though, and he's being caught by AtaKaptan. Scratch that. He himself is the one getting the pick. And he's gone even further around into the A site. He's gone for a journey, and FUT are scratching their heads. Where on earth did he go?
Well, I mean, he's just buying all the time, right? It's the last round of the half, but they have to be focused on trying to get that defuse, but marteen's just a constant threat.
And with them having their minds of someone behind them, Shin just shoots them in front of him. And qRaxs, all that remains, final player. We'll get one for his troubles. Might make it highlight reel before this round is over.
Yeah, I won't get the defuse, though.
Dizzy.
All players on KC, all from this breach utility, from that nade that went down.
FUT keeping KC locked and loaded onto that B site is FUT do aggress into C, fully space scarred. And now, what they do with it is the other question.
30 seconds left.
How far do they go? qRaxs has found himself a really good pick. I wonder why n4RRATE decided to peek that alone.
Was he peeking, or was it through the smoke just being sprayed
Honestly,
down?
I missed it. But still, MAGNUM, good shot. In and out of the fight though. FUT try to defend this over from Mount. It's the best angle the spike could be planted in for this position, but they don't really have vision for it. It's touched once. They are going to start spamming. Shin loses his life. And FUT! It's a bonus, but they've got so many rifles.
It's a risky position here for tomaszy. 50-50.
And yetujey could collapse on this B site simultaneously with the others, but n4RRATE and marteen deliver everything they had to stop this push from happening. And they know what they could possibly, is left for yetujey to do. And they also know how good he is, so they might not give him the opportunity.
Fair enough.
Not wanting to lose any of these Vandals. 14 seconds on the clock. yetujey is going to go for the
Rebel control away from FUT that now pivot over to C.
Well, a lot of damage taken up by yetujey, I do believe, from those nanos. But still, side taken over. This is the retake we've been waiting for. Ooh, spike in the middle of the open. That's not exactly what they would have liked, especially when AtaKaptan drops. Suddenly, Karmine Corp are in charge, in the lead, and Shin's got it all covered. MrFaliN trying to go for the flank, gets red. And FUT in a big trouble. 30 seconds, and they've got so much to do. yetujey looking to do some heroics here, but... Yeah, it's the name of the game for Lotus, really, trying to find their way in. The thing is, that rifle is way out of reach, and Shin holding this angle and tomaszy finding a pick towards the other side. It does put Karmine Corp back in the driver's seat.
How many are here? Shin knows that it's more than one at the very least. The paranoia to delay by a bit of time for this rotation.
Stop them in their tracks, but they are going to move in right after that. cNed has already crossed to the back of the side, but yetujey is quick with it right now. Heel falls warm, and definitely wants to be the wonder kid on the server.
Exactly where you are.
Well, beautiful neural theft as well, knowing where all the players are coming from. And FUT all of a sudden have a big chance in this, collecting one of the rifles, and it's an adequate hand. cNed's going to try and do it all by himself here on this one, as yetujey is on low health, maybe to try and trade his life early. Prowler searching for all these players. They know MrFaliN knows on side, or maybe they don't! Not
was there. Might have been a bit of a misexpectation for this style of aggression.
Stun does reach him. Dizzy, not quite sure if it does spot him. It does. It does, so they'll pre-fire it. Marteen still alive, but not for long. Oh, wait a minute! There was a world that he could have gotten some kills there, but no. Instead, it is going to be equilibrium as a fight still ensues. Shin is in the middle of it, and he's a master of this fight. The Thrasher will stop Shin from moving. So it is an easy pick for qRaxs, but he's got a lot more to do in this 1 versus 2.
Tomasy's positioning right now, though, knows that FUT are not going for that rotation. Magnum just has to live.
qRaxs helps out by throwing the wingman in. Maybe FUT are counting on that, as there's a lot of utility on that killjoy over to this A site. There's smoke soaring into B. Prowler on towards cNed's position, but it doesn't read anybody, so the call is clear here for KC. Just hold back, wait, because they've got him the pick. And FUT, on 14 seconds to spare, now only finally take the call to push B.
I mean, great patient calling coming out from Magnum, right? You're looking towards that C side, no one moved. And Nightfall actually expended here in this 5v4.
Yeah, that's the chase after MrFaliN here right now. They know exactly where he is, but qRaxs is trying to save his teammate's life into the stun. That's not what he would like, but he's got time to replenish himself, recover. Uh-oh, Karmine Corp, you need to move in quickly, and you're running out of utility to try and deal with this blast pack to allow Marteen to find an outer angle. MrFaliN with the Sheriff can be so dangerous in the upper angle. That is insane, but it is going to be
have Magnum's utility there to stall. Instead, you're going to be relying on tomaszy for it. Tree control in the hands of FUT here, too. It's full retake, but we're also looking towards that lockdown. That's why we're seeing that A site empty.
A lot of noise on this A site, and tomaszy can hear it all. All he has to do is wait for his team to come in. Nice angle here from qRaxs to try and fend off some of these off angles. Lockdown for Magnum. That's going to allow everybody to vacate the site, but I have a feeling, I have an inkling FUT are going to try and fight for this, and Karmine Corp are ready for it. Showstopper in for it. Doesn't close down the lockdown in time. It does actually, and he gets a pick before he drops. qRaxs tries to deal with Marteen as he crosses forwards, but it's all too much. Rolling Thunder and doesn't hit a single player. yetujey makes his ground known, but it's not mattering at all. 2v2 on the spike already. Aftershock going to delay it. Every single player of Karmine Corp is low. Flash is perfect. No one can see a thing, but Magnum is good for it. yetujey doesn't need to do a thing.
Some of the utility, try and force it out early.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to do so thus far, but yetujey moving forwards. He's missed someone crossing towards the right, which could be its demise, and exactly that's what's happened. And that's Karmine Corp in the lead. They've got the numbers. It's a matter of what they do with it now.
Man. Shin was just the bait, and you had Marteen holding the line. Dizzy up over towards this A site, drawn quite the rotation, but B is free now. MrFaliN's walked all the way in.
Which gives the call to the rest of the team to move in that direction as well. With 40 seconds to spare, FUT will get the plant down. And with a pick, they're right back in the same position as their opponents, and that's exactly what happened. cNed gets one. He does get traded, though. Crucially enough, keeping Karmine Corp on the steering wheel for now.
Shin so forward. Does have a paranoia to work with here, though, into the retake. Just not sure if FUT were going to look for one of the lanes to try and deny that retake.
It's going to be hotly contested though. Karmine Corp moving in all directions, checking the back of the site. No one is there. They've got to clear out qRaxs though. Stun in this direction. On the spike, diffusing, and players being human shields right now. As they do get sprayed upon, they do end up dropping one by one. And so will marteen by the end. magnum, again, running out of time, being the right final player.
Push the issue over towards that C-Link. No presence there, of course, but just really not having the opportunity to find that space. And that's also part of the important eyes here on marteen with that showstopper.
No one will be found on site, as it does go all the way around. Only one crossing so far for Karmine Corp. This is a difficult one for them. magnum is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting with that Vandal, but it's close proximity fights, so Stingers can also pack quite a punch. But talk of magnum, he drops. He's the first one to do so as well. The smoke does deteriorate, and marteen gets a pick. Showstopper thrown, but it's not necessary. marteen drops, but it's still Karmine Corp with a lot of players on this B site, and that's exactly where FUT are heading towards right now.
The pivot back away. I mean, they drew some attention. Xin and tomaszy there. But tomaszy now alone over towards the C site.
I know exactly.
He can hear yetujey doing so much noise. And with Neural Theft, spotting out all of these players, it's going to alarm the bells for FUT to move towards this A site. It's a really good call for them. Really great timing. They've upgraded their weapons as well.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, Stun trying to take the fight once again, but Neri gets away.
Yeah, the wingman is doing all the spike planting. The rest of them can focus on the fights.
They might just push back straight in towards B and over towards stairs as you have tree control here from yetujey.
Shen not with the best weapon in this position. The smoke off to limit the far angles. On the spike already. This is going to be a spray game here for FUT. They don't need to see their opponents. They're going to try and spray towards them, but I think the spike is just a little bit too far. Oh, Nare just a little bit too far away from all the bullets thrown in his pit. Doesn't want to take any chances, no risks.
No. The thing is, with that pit, you also lose out on that information over towards tree. They try to add a little bit of pressure by opening that door on the side of FUT, but they're also walked in towards B here.
And Karmine Corp well aware they've given the space over, which means they're going to fight right after it. mrFaliN somehow still alive. Stun clearing out a lot of space. Look at Fallen. mrFaliN is pushed. But it doesn't matter, because the shorty will do it. cNed. Showstopper. Will he find anyone? Yes, he will! AtaKaptan helps. And somehow there might be a chance in this one because cNed has found himself a rifle. Will it be enough though, as he is low in health? Yes, it is for now! Sprayed out AtaKaptan again with the classic, doing so much damage!
I don't think KC come back from that one. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm a Karmine Corp fan.
How did they get away with this? Every single time they've got lesser weapons, Karmine Corp just drop players.
That long, so I feel like that doesn't mean anything whatsoever. They're only gonna look towards some of the cages from yetujey, but they've already been utilized.
marteen on rat duty. And boy, oh boy, is he good at this job! And it's a turnaround yet another time. cNed and AtaKaptan trying to do it all by himself. Rolling Thunder thrown in their direction. They're concussed, they're stunned, but also at the same time they are blind.
Court just completely.
Yeah, they spotted out everyone, which allows FUT to start rotating over. They'll be here in time, or at least they'll try to be. The spike hasn't gone down quite yet, and FUT already taking a lot of space here. Don't want to give this site for free. Want to fight this before the spike goes down. yetujey with first blood, and maybe now they'll respect them and take the numbers fight after the spike is planted.
Very nice way to pull back. You also have the full kit of qRaxs here into the retake.
Yeah, Karmine Corp not happy with it yet. They want more picks here.
Uncomfortable.
They do pick up yetujey. Spike.
30 seconds left.
Not quite gone down because of the sprays. They're scared. They're fearing this position.
I mean, FUT have so much to work with, right?
But not much time on the clock. Karmine Corp need to put that spike down, and they need to put it down now. FUT start to spray in that direction. Stun to the back of the site, trying to pick up tomaszy. Unable to do so. It's marteen out into the open. Collected, picked up. magnum. Oh, he's closed up the gap. magnum. What a sneaky bugger. But AtaKaptan taking him down in time. It draws it back to a 2 versus 2 with Karmine Corp on top. And tomaszy is leading the charge on the C site. Shorty taking out as he drops down the Viper's pit. AtaKaptan, all to himself, might have turned it all back around. Replenishing himself as the Viper's pit is dropped. And it's Xin against AtaKaptan. The time is right, and putting them into the thinking corner. But for now, no one's on one foot. It's running for FUT into this A side, but they've left tomaszy live. And over to Tree, they might be in trouble, leaving tomaszy in one place. He's low, 19 points of health, but it's AtaKaptan shorty to do it! No way, 3 versus 5 as FUT have got the advantage. cNed bottom corner. And marteen needs to check it. Prowler does check that position. They know exactly where he is. Oh, Shin had to win that fight. He had to win it, no worries.
No, 2v5, not much you can do.
Absolutely not. cNed needs to come off huge. Well, no, marteen and n4RRATE need to come off huge. Paranoia towards marteen. cNed first shot. Well, it looks like it's all crumbling under still to take place. Oh, there's two players on site here, and it's going to be a direct contention. Oh, this is messy. Who comes out on top on this one, especially when you're peeking out of smokes? Try! Karmine Corp! Blinking, you miss it. KC are dead.
30 seconds left.
I mean, utility dump there. They didn't use nearly as much to try and clear over towards Mount. Not running into the players of FUT, and now the Viper's Pit back on site here.
Yeah, they're not taking any risk. Obviously, yeah, it's an overtime. You're going to lose a Viper's Pit early on, so you don't take any chances. Drop it in. The best opportunity you get. Magnum misses, missed the fall in, but
are they all holding their shorties? They are all holding their shorties out.
That is so sneaky.
Or toxic.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a Viper's Pit. Of course it's toxic, an explosive one, and that snake bite will look to delay them. Paint chill and stun to the back of the site.
Yeah, cNed's all split up from the team now, too.
It's a matter of being able to keep the rest of the team back and allow Karmine Corp to come in on time. Tomaszy, do you fight this Magnum as well?
They're committing.
Yeah, okay. The commitment from FUT, but KC drop back. This is a 5 versus 5 retake, and we definitely know how 50-50 these can be.
The thing is, they don't know that the Odin is up FUT. They maintain sight here into the post plant instead of falling back. A lot of damage.
Uncomfortable. Paranoia from Shin, it's still available. MrFaliN can't say the same for himself. AtaKaptan close and personal. marteen just jumps above everybody and gets one, but still has to drop, and yetujey is commanding the back of this site, which puts Karmine Corp at a disadvantage. Odin, rat-a-tat-tat, it goes, but is it enough? It's up against 3, but he might just do it!
Talked about before about choosing MrFaliN and AtaKaptan to be the ones to play disruption over towards Rubble, the time that they can buy for the rotation. MrFaliN playing with a lot of health right now. He's still sticking around.
Yeah, that's a lot of health. You can say that. 27? 27? 27? It's so low. But still, look how far they're going to be pushing through. n4RRATE, dry peek, doesn't care. Magnum as well. One after the other. Karmine Corp finding supremacy on the attack. They seem to be loving these. But it's a matter of how they're going to be getting the site for free again. Tomashy's going to love a peek, but it might be a little bit too out of position. Magnum can't help out. Oh, he's a little bit too far deep here. Tomaszy gets one. He might pull it up as well. He gets out with a peek. That's exactly what Karmine Corp needed.
Find the advantage, fall back, and play with the team now. Cavalry is running over from that A site, and Wingman finding that plant.
MrFaliN is on a flank here, but
he
is falling back, regrouping with the team. It looks like every single one of them, as soon as a presence comes in from KC, going to vacate and play for Mound.
He did enough pressure at least, though. You can see they're still concerned about that push through ceiling.
They definitely are, and here's KC putting all their forces together, all chips in one basket, all moving from the same direction, and again, marteen aggressing! First shot, bullets to the face of yetujey. Stand up, doesn't care, in the fight. FUT turning it all back around in their favor. AtaKaptan coming alive. Tomaszy though wanting to turn it all back around. Rolling Thunder's already. But needs time and time again. They can rely on him. Magnum's got a Odin of his own, and what is going on? Losing 2 players, and they're just playing the patience game.
I'll find you.
Oh, Haunts finds out that someone is at the back of the site, but there's still 2 more nearby. 45 seconds, Dizzy, stopping n4RRATE from pushing anytime soon. There's also yetujey entertaining the idea of a crunch, and Shin isn't looking right now. Well, now he is, but yetujey is quicker to the trigger, and Karmine Corp are on the back foot for the first time on this attacking side. But this is their chance to do it. 4 versus 3.
They need to push one of these lanes here on the side of KC. They can't fully give up this site, especially when they're down on numbers on B.
Haunt. Really important ultimate to figure out how many players were in that direction, but only one spotted out of the 2, so how much attention do you turn in that direction? Flank in the making for Magnum.
Needs this pick on cNed.
Needs to go in quick though. n4RRATE holding it. cNed to win it off instead, so it's Magnum to do the heavy lifting as all by himself, and he's up against 3. They know exactly where he is, but thankfully for him, 2 of them alone! Nanoswarm's doing so much damage, but Flash is going to interrupt him for now on the spike, defusing. AtaKaptan, he's been great on these clutches. Can he do it for another time? Magnum swings!
Wait, Shin is just up.
Yeah, he's going very aggressive on this one. It's a complete change of pace. Karmine Corp don't want to let it go to a post plant. They want to take the fight right in their face. But for now, not quite sure if that was worth it, because that was exactly a trade of jets? Razors.
Very least.
Same thing, right?
Very least with cNed being taken out, they don't have quite that same ability to dive in towards these sites. It slows things down a little bit.
Still. Paranoia re-smoking that position. And I'm just wondering here, FUT, they'll be in a world of hurt if they start pushing through stairs. And Magnum is just waiting on the other end. No more smokes to cover that angle. Magnum going to cover the position. It's a lazy pick here from MrFaliN, which will be his demise. A site to be taken over. AtaKaptan might be in trouble. qRaxs try to help out, but at least you can count on little bro to get the spike down.
But look at this wrap, the timing. The turret not spotting him anymore.
And he's going to continue giving FUT on the front foot here. Karmine Corp need to do heavy lifting here if they want to close it all out. tomaszy and n4RRATE against the three of FUT. Spike touched. Attempting to be diffused. Trying to get stuck with. n4RRATE with one aftershock to the attacks, man. It's just a chessboard on the kill feed, on the round feed. But for now, it's again an early trade. Like we saw last time, we saw this push. And this Karmine Corp side are going to be aggressing with qRaxs to the back of the site alone. He's waiting for reinforcements and AtaKaptan close by. qRaxs win the fight? That's incredible. And that puts FUT right back on top. Magnum and n4RRATE trying to turn it all around, but it's chaos on site, and yetujey is here to clean up the pieces, trying to be the janitor in this situation. But can he sweep them off their feet? The bot dealt with. Magnum's got an Odin, so he can even spam across this wall. I think yetujey realizes how difficult this situation is. Only cNed eyeing it for now, but marteen is able to clear it first. And if he gets an opportunity to vacate the area, Karmine Corp working off an advantage.
His gun.
Magnum there is available as well. Dizzy does a lot. Magnum deals with it. marteen dies, and FUT right back in the fight. Magnum gets one. And he's holding it so far. The smoke doing wonders towards B main. FUT not finding the comfort to push. And Karmine Corp this might be it. This might be it indeed. 2 players left. It's yetujey and AtaKaptan. Wonder Kid and someone to rely on. And it's AtaKaptan that goes in for the first swing. It's 24 points of health. And he has to drop back 33 seconds. And the spike needs to get planted. And as soon as it does, you know there's only one player holding on to their rifle. Little by little, Karmine Corp show their presence, teasing that they're going to push, but yetujey doubles up, and it comes in as well! And it's all equilibrium. Scratch that, Shin is alone for Karmine Corp. Oh, AtaKaptan's be left behind, is be able to close down the rotations! Even the presence shown in B earlier, and the door opened thereafter.
It's a different trip, though, this time here towards C main.
But it's a double back on the decision, because the spike heading towards C, even though there's a B execute happening in the making, so FUT are going to be rotating that direction, but now only realize there's 2 fronts being taken over here from the attacking side. n4RRATE with first blood, but cNed able to trade it right back after. cNed trying to control the site, but it's AtaKaptan that finds the pick instead. 3 versus 3, and on the 10-second mark, the spike will be going down, up close and personal, 6 seconds. Spike needs to go down, and marteen's holding down the mark, and that's qRaxs on the case in a 1v2, as he's already taken down one. Shin tomaszy up against him. Can qRaxs do the magic for yet another time? Can he get the defense win for FUT? Little bro taking off the left flank as he covers the right.
Info given with that shot.
Little by little, he eases forwards up on the ledge, and FUT finally win. First spotted. cNed drops in like he does every single time to lead the charge. yetujey spray is successful, and tomaszy is put to bed. Magnum 99 to cNed, and it's all a trade games thus far. 4 versus 4. Karmine Corp, they've been struggling on these retakes. They really have. Who can you count on to bring it all back together for them?
n4RRATE has a full kit, and you've got a Paranoia to work with here for Shin.
Is it going to be enough? Paranoia are waiting on it. And that's exactly when they'll move in. Everyone is blinded, really, and Karmine Corp take full advantage. One smoked off, but qRaxs on the fight. He's waiting for the cross from Shin, but the push comes onto side from the Prowler. MrFaliN hasn't shown himself. qRaxs and yetujey dies! And maybe he needs Jet for that, who knows. But for now, Karmine Corp move onto that. It moves onto that A site. FUT happy to hand it over for now. And Odin onto Magnum, and goodness me, this could be chaotic again. It's going to be a 5v5 retake, potentially, for yet another time. and all dangling in the balance. Narrate, come on, there's no way you're pushing through. You actually are pushing against the smoke together with the marteen. It's Narrate to win 1 kill, but FUT turn it right back around, 2 kills in their way. And tomaszy holds the line with 10 points of health to spare. And they've just quashed the push, right? Wave number 2 incoming, and it's got yetujey's name written all over it as he gets himself onto the flank.
So low on the side of KC.
Shin hiding out. qRaxs low, smoke deteriorates, but he's so quick! This, right? Imagine having to deal with the emotions of having to do it all over again and back to square one. MrFaliN is able to escape with his life. 6 points of health, no problem. Still able to shoot his gun, right? Still, the meat and potatoes of this fight is this ace site. And as FUT traverse towards it, Karmine Corp look to challenge from stairs, potentially. cNed looking in this direction. Magnum needs to be careful not to be caught off flashback. Getting out of position, spray on the far distance, and it's Narrate and marteen to do a hell of a lot of damage. Karmine Corp, they've got the lead now. They just need to stick the landing.
MrFaliN so low, 6 health to his name.
5 versus 3, can't be all comfortable for FUT. MrFaliN, as you mentioned, it is low, but it's yetujey on the hot seat, all moving in together. It's a death ball coming again for KC.